Hi guys. I hope this connection stays stable. I had to like interrupt the other video because it just didn't seem to be working anymore. So I'll just like do a mini recap. Like right today we weren't feeling super connected with source energy, but we need to like get back on track and train our minds like back to like start at this place for like where we create our life. And I talked about like courage and transformation in teaching in the other video. That's like part one. I mean, the way to tell is like I'm wearing the same shirt if they see the image on my list of videos. Anyway, so then now we're at this card, the Priestess of Swords. So right now, like, you know, with quarantine and everything, like we're using that as a moment to kind of separate our consciousness from other people, so that we can like decide like how we want to live, like what is our internal wisdom, like who am I. I'm like taking the time to really look at what makes me me, you know, all the different like kind of particles together and like parts of your personality, and you're letting your dreams take flight in this place of like isolation, like where you're not really like letting everybody in on it. So it's like a very kind of secretive but powerful energy of sending your dreams out and saying like, I heard you, source, I heard what you said, and yes, I accept that, and I'm working with you, and I'm sending out my like messenger owl, if that's what that is, to high five that you're on board. So then we have the Ace of Cups. This is a really cute card. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at it for a second. Obviously it means like a beautiful, wonderful new start, like where your heart feels, your emotions are like overflowing in it. You have this like swan's mate for life, so like a brand new start, emotionally and in relationship. So it could either be like, this is how I feel within myself, like I feel like I have like the male and female counterpart in myself in love and supporting me, and like I have everything I need. Or it's being reflected out in like the 3D, where you're actually like your relationship, your good relationship is like here or coming, like the guy's not quite in the water, so it's like you're close. I feel. And you know, it could be like 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, like whatever away. But I just kind of feel like there's like a little bit of a wait, but really not much. And it's like, I kind of feel like if this vessel is your heart, are you gonna like keep this on pause? Like, are you still blocking it, doubting it? Like, what is keeping this figure in midair? Like, you're kind of like defying gravity by going like, wait, like, wait, I'm like that person, or like this, like, you know what I mean? There's like this hesitation before you can have this fulfilling relationship, I feel. So really get into the space of allowing and like letting someone splash into your emotions that's positive, and let it spill over, and like let that turn into something like beautiful and committed, you know, so that this isn't like stuck on freeze frame, you know. That's how I feel when I look at that card. And we have the Fool upside down. So like whatever kind of like really super positive, like it's here kind of energy that we had for a few days. You had like, you're running into your wall of hesitation, I feel like, because that's what I keep kind of picking up in the cards, where you're like wondering, do I want a new start? Like, am I gonna allow this person to jump into my life and like make it beautiful and wonderful? Like, do you have like, fear of missing out? Or can you actually have this, Um, but you have done this work of sending out your dreams, and it's like, well, when they come diving into your life, like, will you allow it? So just maybe take a moment to like yield to letting like beautiful love and stuff like that into your life. Like, let it cause a ripple in what you consider like your vibe. Like, sure, it's disruptive, but it's like positive disruption, and maybe some things will kind of Tetris in a positive way uh, around that disruption, including like being in like an awesome relationship. Hi, Andre. I have a Patreon that you can make a small donation to if you want me to answer a question. I'm happy to do so. The link should be like in my information or in the chat. I mean, in the information box below. Yeah, so you have this hesitation about like starting fresh and like, do I really want to dump all my belongings behind and just take only what is necessary? And do I want to take this risk? Like, I'm awfully close to the edge of this cliff where it's like there's no going back. But like, what do you have to lose? Like, what were you doing that was so awesome before that's like better than this kind of love, either like self-love or like love in your life? Like, really, because you did take the time. Like, if you're watching this video, obviously you're interested in like self-improvement and connection with source and wanting to nurture that. Like, that there's answers to questions that are not like in the 3D that can help guide you, because you've done enough work to know that. But now you find you're doubting your connection with source, and you can't be like, you just have to like be courageous and like look at things just at face value and allow information to come to you without judgment, without fear and stuff like that, so you can have the knowledge necessary to feel like faithful and to move forward with like allowing like beauty and like a wonderful disruption to come splashing into your life. Because I feel like right now you've sort of cut off. If you were like really chatty and communicative before, like you've silenced that, or just let me look at this for a second. Yeah, like I just feel like whatever kind of emotions you were sharing before, you just kind of like, oop, you're not doing that right now. But maybe it's like a sort of pause before this situation happens, because it's happening. So like, let's say you were talking to like a bunch of people. Let's say you were like internet dating, or you just had like a harem or something. Like you were talking to a bunch of people, and then you put that on pause because actually something real is about to like happen. But you do have this hesitation about it, and you need to like let go of control and like allow beauty to like enter your life and love to enter your life, and allow, like, you've been kind of blocking sources, nudgings and stuff, and you need to, in order to have like, to be like full of that wonderful energy, it's like fulfilled, like filled with the fullness of what the universe wants to give you. You have to like be unburdened and just be like, well, I have source, therefore I have everything, so I can just traipse through the world without without too much worry. But right now, like, kind of a little bit worried, but just know that even though it feels kind of empty right now, to be like, yeah, I'm connecting with my dreams. Like, I want this, I accept this. Like, it might feel like in the present moment, you might feel like it's like a wintertime type of thing where you're not seeing the abundance yet, but it's like literally almost here. It's here if you can release your judgments and your fears and your defenses to receiving like something beautiful. This person wants to dive in to your emotions and like be committed, it looks like. So either you have a new commitment for yourself and self-love, or there's like a relationship that's coming like right now. Yeah, because I feel like you've kind of cleared the deck of all these like choices. Sorry, my head looks really big. You've like, Seven of Cups. It's like sort of fantastical, different options, and yeah. So because this is upside down, it's like you're limiting. You're no longer dazed at like, oh, I could have this, that, and the other thing, like this person, that experience, whatever. Like you're becoming like more quiet in your life. You're not keep texting as much. You're really focused on what you actually want, even if that means a period of isolation, in order to have like something real come in. All right, then we have upside down the Wheel of Fortune. So it might feel like everything's too like static right now. But the only thing that can make this like turn around is you connecting back with source to give the energy, like to give that wheel a push, because it's like your own frustration is not going to push this like divine wheel of life and create movement. The only thing that will create flow is like you going with the flow and allowing that into your life. So if things feel static, it's like, okay, like what kind of like Hoover Dam did I construct between like my dreams coming in and like my life right now? So you need to just like break that apart and let it carry you, where it may. But it requires like, faith and a dedication to your heart and like what you see in your heart that is yours. Like anything that's in there is yours, and it's just a matter of you connecting with it. It's like if you see like a movie you really connect with, or there's a character and you're just like, wow, I didn't even know like people like that could exist, or it's like the same thing like when and it's inspiring, or it causes you to like change your behavior, or how you dress, or how you date, or whatever. It's the same thing like if you pick something up in your heart, like it's like, wow, I feel like I have this potential to do something that maybe not everybody would believe me, but because I feel it strongly, I'm going to allow for this to exist as a possibility, and I'm going to yield to it and see where it takes me. Because like if you perceived it, it's not like for nothing. Yeah, and so like allowing the universe to like have a hand in your life and like guide you will help like make things flow and turn in your favor. But you have to like deal with the hesitation you're putting up today. Then we have the Princess of Swords. Let me look at that for a sec. Yeah, so I feel like, when people don't have clothes on, they're like authentic in tarot. So I feel like you see how she's like a bit worried, and somebody else is like looking like, I don't think so. Nonetheless, you're still walking forward, and you're like, I don't totally know how this is going to turn out, but here I go. and I feel a bit like vulnerable being myself and like speaking my truth with the sword in hand. And you have this sort of Medusa character of like doubts and like people trying to psych you out. Um, but like, what else are you gonna do? Like, do you want to live your whole life inauthentic? Or do you want to start living authentically now and walk towards things that are like surprisingly awesome? You know, because like we're all given this kind of treasure map within ourselves, and it's like up to us to decide to follow it or not. It's just because the universe is so unconditionally loving. They're like, here's the map and no pressure. It's kind of on you to like read the map, and that requires you to do some meditating and like remembering stuff. If you like write down what you perceive, even if you think it's like far out, like if you become the chronicler of that, then you understand it better and better and better and better. Each time you go back, it becomes more and more like HD for you. It's worthwhile. It's your like personal gift, you know. And it's like you're gonna let that present sit unopened under the tree your whole life, or you're gonna like open it up and experience what the universe wants to give you. And that might mean being like strong enough to like let people say what they're gonna say. Like if they want to be that character of Medusa, that's their choice. But you could be like doing something. It's like, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm going to be authentic and moving towards what I love, like what I feel I can have, because Source told me so. Okay. Then we have, okay, I look for more reasons to appreciate. The more I appreciate, the better I feel. The better I feel, the more I'm allowing who I am to flow through me. The more I allow who I am to flow through me, the better I feel. So I was just talking to a friend yesterday who, you know, was panicking about like, you know, unemployment and all this stuff. And I was trying to tell my friend, like, look how far you've come. Like, regardless of like the status of today, like you've done so much, you've shown so much bravery, like you took care of yourself, like you're still healthy and strong, and you know, you have friendships and people are generous to you, and like, you know, like there's so many reasons. I was just asking her to like count her blessings instead of like counting all the bad things that are going on. And at first, like my friend was saying like that, oh, it's like I'm always saying like being positive, and she sort of saw that like as a weakness, and I was like, no, like I learned this positivity through like very difficult life lessons, and that I learned that like it's actually the only way to live. Like literally you have no choice. Like, and being a parent, like I have, it's not an option for me to like feel negatively about life, because I'm role modeling for my kids. So I have many reasons why I just don't have the choice to be negative. And it's worked out, and it's like this buoy that like keeps you above the surface through kind of any situation. If you're just self-loving, and like it's like, yeah, okay, like my life character right now maybe doesn't have as much material possession as I may have at one time. That doesn't mean I'm not like essentially good. It doesn't mean I don't have like so much potential and everything else. So you really have to like look at, well, you know, let's like think about what a warrior I've been like through the years, and like sort of chronicle all the things you have to be grateful for, including like you're still here. And so the more you look for reasons to appreciate what you have, like it improves your mood. It literally like lifts your emotional level up a notch, because you're not like in fear, you're not in anger, you're in gratitude, which is like a if it's like musical notes, it's like a higher up musical note and just makes you feel kind of brighter. And then that creates this sort of cycle of like allowing better things in your life and to have more things to be grateful for. So it's again like train your mind away from the negative and just go like, sometimes you have to soothe your inner child and say like, it's okay, like we're gonna go back to square one. We're going to connect with source and let that be like our starting point for our decisions. And because we're like